Now, I would like our testimony to come up. This lady did not come to Gateway as a client, but she has a testimony that rings true of what Christ can do. And I'd like her to share that testimony, and then we'll see some slides, okay? Would you come up, dear sister?
Thank you. Hi, good evening. God bless you, brothers and sisters. My name is Maribal. I just want to, my testimony could go, it's like a book, but I'm just going to tell you maybe just a little bit of my life. I just turned 56 years old on Monday. The glory be to God. And I just wanted to encourage some of the ladies that are in here. I heard your testimony over here. Mine wasn't as profound, as what some of you went through, or the young lady over here. But I could experience some of the things. As far as I started using drugs. I think early in my 30s, around there. Unfortunately, to be honest with you, my life wasn't always like this. I had a beautiful life growing up, a beautiful family with my mother. Unfortunately, she was the one who introduced me to drugs. Late in her life, it was just like a complete turnaround. I don't know what happened, but it happened. People say it was always your choice. Yes, it was my choice, and I took that choice. And unfortunately, it brought me through a very, very dark road. Okay, I lost everything. I lost my dignity. I lost everything. I lost my marriage. I lost my daughters. I have two beautiful daughters today. The glory be to God, they do very well. But through all that, I went through a very dark life. Through that darkness, after all the money was gone, that I have nothing to count for. To be honest with you, if I went through $70,000 in no less than 3 years, it happened. Okay, but from there, I started selling my body for the drug of choice. That was crack cocaine and cocaine and a lot of liquor. And after that, I remember sleeping in attics. I remember sleeping in basements. I remember sleeping in hallways. I remember not even taking a shower for 5, 6, 7 days sometimes. That was at the end of my road. But I remember one day that I was walking and I was just tired. And I just looked up and I said, if you are really there, could you do something with my life? Because I don't want to live like this anymore. And that's all it took. Sometimes they say, be careful what you say to the Lord. I was walking down the street. I remember that day I didn't sleep. I think it must have been like for 5 days straight. I'll be very honest with you. My body just used to just tremble. If I weighed maybe 80 pounds, it was a lot. I went into this restaurant and I went to get me something to eat. I had $1. And unfortunately, when I went in, I saw a purse. Anyway, long story short, I went in it. The lady called the cops on me. She told me that I went in there with armed robbery, and that wasn't the case. But they charged me with that. I was young, I was naive, I wasn't in trouble. I'm like, what is going on? I took it to trial. I lost the trial, okay? So they gave me 17 years to do 10, okay? And I was just like dumbfounded, to be honest with you. I didn't know where my life was gonna go from there. But I remember when I went to jail. And inside the jail, this church ministry came there. And it was the camp. Okay, it was the camp. This is where Tina goes. And I met this lady that she's also here today. Her name is Sylvia. She's my spiritual mom today. Mom, please play with it. Thank you. She told me about generation curses. I didn't know what it meant. But I remember that all of a sudden I just fell on my knees. And I said, God, if you are real, and I started just claiming generation curses and breaking generation curses and all these things just started just flowing in through me and stuff like that. I did go to prison, okay? She never let me go. She wrote me every day. She told me about the gospel. She led me to Jesus Christ. She told me so many beautiful things. I mean, from beginning to the end, I used to write her about everything that I used to read, and she just used to tell me and write me. During that time, you had to write in a yellow piece of paper with a black ink, and that's the way it went. Forget about the computer. But besides all that, I won my appeal, and I did 4 years only. And when I came out in those 4 years, I came out, I had nowhere to go, nothing to stand for, okay, just a mattress in the floor in a little room. But the glory be to God, today I have a beautiful job, I have a beautiful home, I have my life back, but most of all, I serve my Lord and my Savior, Jesus Christ. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. We're going to see on Saturday and on Monday a testimony like that. But you have to ask the right questions, and you have to have the right heart, and you have to be patient enough to listen to the person who wants that. Are you willing to do that? If you are, then we're asking you to be a volunteer, a counselor, an advocate, to love people, to share, to correct them, to be directive, not to ask them what they think they should do, because they many times don't know what to do, but what God has said that we should do.